Interesting to mention. None to have passage out of the realm without the king's license on forfeiture of goods, except lords and great men. What great men? Merchants and the king's soldiers. That was repealed, that. So we were prisoners on the island. In fact, you don't think of being a prisoner without a passport. You don't really actually think that. Do you even think when you're growing up in this country that you're kind of a prisoner, really, without getting a passport? You can't leave. It is almost like a prison in a way. And if you tried to do it, they'd take away all your things from you. Except great men. So you didn't need none to passage out of the realm without the king's license, unfortunately, except great men, lords and great men. Who are the great men? Oh, merchants and the king's soldiers. Great men. So what if you were just like if you were just like, you know, a farmer or someone in a field or a serf or whatever, you couldn't even, you were a prisoner effectively. You can't afford a license to leave. Great men. I think they were trying to get rid of great men, to be honest, and trying to hang them as much as possible. I think they want great men to leave. When was that? 5 R2. I'm not too sure when that is there. They repealed it. Pilgrims, soldiers, etc. shall put out of the realm only at the ports of Dover, Plymouth, Bristol, etc. Well, what's etc.? Dover, Plymouth, Bristol, without the king's license. That was repealed as well. Passage to and from Kent and Calais shall be at the port of Dover. That was repealed. Interesting. I've never heard that before in law. Can you imagine that in legislation written out? Or except great men. Well, who's that? Like Boris Johnson? Oh, he's not great anymore after he had to resign. Probably still thinks he's great because he's got a newspaper column. This would be a column to put in the newspaper. Great. This is ridiculous to actually have it in legislation, isn't it? You never really think that you're actually a prisoner on the island unless you go get this kind of pay money, really, a passport.